ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति सुपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरुं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सगणललिता विशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिने नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशकारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्ण त्वदीय पद पंकज पंजरांदम अद्वैव मे विशदु मानस राजहंसा प्राण प्रयाण समये कपवाद भित्ते कंडावरोधन विधौ स्मरणं कुदस्ते। गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्ण भक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा हरि ओम तत्सत्। So today we are reading from Mukundmala Stotra 42. चित्तं नैव निवर्तते क्षणमपि श्रीकृष्णपादाम्बुजान् निन्दन्तु प्रियबान्धव गुरुजना गृह्णन्तु मुञ्चन्तु वा दुर्वादं परिघोषयन्तु मनुजा वंशे कलङ्कोऽस्तु वा तादृक्प्रेमधरानुरागमधुना मत्तायमानं तु मे चित्तं नैव निवर्तते क्षणमपि श्रीकृष्णपादाम्बुजान् निन्दन्तु प्रियबान्धव गुरुजना गृह्णन्तु मुञ्चन्तु वा दुर्वादं परिघोषयन्तु मनुजा वंशे कलङ्कोऽस्तु वा तादृक्प्रेमधरानुरागमधुना मत्तायमानं तु मे। हरे कृष्णा। तारिणी माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। पंचांग प्रणाम्स। चित्तं नैव निवर्तते कृष्णम् अपि श्रीकृष्ण पादाम्बुजान् निन्दन्तु प्रिय बान्धव गुरुजना गृह्णन्तु मुञ्चन्तु वा दुर्वातं परिघोषयन्तु मनुजा वंशे कलङ्कोऽस्तु वा तादृक् प्रेम धरानुराग मधुना मत्तायमानं तु मे। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
सची माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु। चित्तं नैव निवर्तते क्षणमपि श्रीकृष्णपादाम्बुजान् निन्दन्तु प्रियबन्धव गुरुजना गृह्णन्तु मुञ्चन्तु वा दुर्वादं परिघोषयन्तु मनुजा वंशे कलङ्कोऽस्तु वा तादृक्प्रेमधरानुरागमधुना मत्तायमानं तु मे।
वंदना माता जी।
हरे कृष्णा। चित्तं नैव निवर्तते कृष्णम् अपि श्रीकृष्णपादाम्बुजन् निन्दन्तु प्रिया बान्धवा गुरुजना गृह्णन्तु मुञ्चान्तु वा दुर्वादं परिघोषयन्तु मनुजा वंशे कलङ्कोऽस्तु वा तद्रक् प्रेम धरानुरागा मधुना मतायमानं तु मे।
Very good. Translation, Prince Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Pranam. Translation. My mind cannot turn from Sri Krishna's lotus feet, even for a moment. So let my dear ones and other relatives criticize my superiors accept or reject me as they like. The common people spread evil gossip about me, and my family's reputation be sullied. For a madman like me, it is honor enough to feel this flood of love of Godhead, which brings such sweet emotions of attraction for my Lord. Hare Krishna.
Very bold. My mind cannot turn from Sri Krishna's lotus feet even for a moment. So let my dear ones and other relatives criticize me, my superiors accept or reject me as they like. The common people spread evil gossip about me, and my family's reputation be sullied. For a madman like me, it is honor enough to feel this flood of love of Godhead, which brings such sweet emotions of attraction for my Lord. So here, Kulashekar Alvar, is telling, let my mind cannot turn from Krishna's lotus feet even for a moment. Why? Because he's a pure devotee, unlike us. We are part-time devotee. He is full-time devotee. So that's the only different. Our major investment of time is for sense gratification. Okay, very little, for the sake of telling that I am also a devotee, we do something on a part-time basis. But here, Kulachekar Alvar is not like that. He's a full-time devotee. He doesn't mind to be criticized by anyone else. Let the reputation, his material reputation, be sullied. Let his family criticize him, okay, reject him. He doesn't mind because his only intention is to please the Supreme Lord, by which he gets the love of Godhead. So, unlike us, he is a full-time devotee, pure devotee. We are Sakama Bhaktas. That also very, very lower level, Sakama. Kama is more, Bhakti is less. As I told you, after 24 hours, 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. Okay, let's say 4 hours. That also not 100% absorption. We don't have 100% absorption, do we? When we chant the holy name of the Lord, are we in total absorption? No. When we read Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, are we in total absorption? No. When we do Arati, are we? No. Even though we may be mechanically doing it, but mind is not there. Okay, at least for my case, I can tell that when I'm doing Arati, I may be doing that mechanically, but my mind is not there. And chanting, I may be doing that. Externally, I am chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But my focus is not on the holy name. Very difficult to focus. Okay, mostly the mind wanders, but still we should attempt to chant. That is must. We should not run away. Okay, because I'm not getting absorption, because I'm not getting any concentration, I will not chant. No, that is not the excuse. Even though that's why Prabhupada said, even mechanically you chant slowly and gradually as we cleanses our contamination, as we purifies our heart, slowly and gradually we'll come to the stage of pure mode of chanting. Okay, that is Nama Bhrada, Nama Bhasa, Shuddhana. So Kulashekar Alvar is not like us. He's totally just like our Namacharya Haridas Thakur. Okay. 22 hours chanting Hare Krishna Mantra. Is it a joke? Unless and until we have taste in the holy name, we cannot chant. See, we are given by our gurus minimum 16 rounds. Actually, it was previously 64 rounds. Even Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj, he has not given a standard number of rounds to all the devotees. depending upon the aptitude and the attitude and the inclination of the devotees and the ashrama in which they are situated. He has given different set of standards to different people: brahmachari, sannyasis, babajis, grahasas. It's not the same 64 rounds.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Madaji.
So it means that who's a grahastha or sannyasis, the number of rounds will be
Yes,
increased.
it differs.
It's like that.
Yes. So those who are pure devotees, they don't do any other work except chanting and devotional activities. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj has given them 100 and how much it is? 68, 132 rounds. Right? Some 64 rounds. Some 32 rounds, some 16 rounds. So Grahasthas, he knows very well that they have a lot of responsibilities taking care of the family, working and all. So they won't be able to chant, 64 rounds or 32 rounds. So he has given such people 16 rounds. Even our Prabhupada was given 16 rounds. And Prabhupada used to chant 4 times because he was totally busy in his business and family affairs. So before breakfast, he will chant 4 rounds. Before noon lunch, he will chant 4 rounds. Before dinner, he will chant 4 rounds. Before going to sleep, he will chant 4 rounds. So 16 rounds. And brahmacharis, he will give 32 or 60, 64, whatever it is. And totally dedicated, and they are inclined for very sincere devotional service, he will give 132 rounds like that. So he also did not impose that everybody should chant 64 rounds. So this also is taken, our Srila Prabhupada also taken this from Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. Actually, in fact, Srila Prabhupada first said 64 rounds. So devotees approached, said, Prabhupada, it is not possible because we have got so many other sevas. It takes minimum 64 rounds, means how many? 8 hours. So it's not possible. Then he said he brought it down to 32. That also they said, no, it's not possible. We've got so much of devotional activities we have to do: book distribution, deity services, and printing, preaching, and so many other sevas, prasadam, kirtan, so many others. So we don't get time. 8 hours, where do we get? Not even 4 hours. Then at last, Prabhupada brought it down to 16, nothing less than 16. So minimum 16 rounds. So that is the standard minimum. So Prabhupada did not change it. Prabhupada actually just took this instruction from Bhaktisiddhanta. So according to time, place, and circumstances, the acharyas can modify the requirement. They are allowed, they are authorized. So nothing less than 16, minimum 16 rounds of quality chanting. But I chant, but not quality chanting. That is it. So here, Kulashekar Alvar is also like our Namacharya Haridas Thakur. 22 hours he was chanting only. Namacharya Haridas Thakur. Ramachandra Khan, okay, the ruler of that place where Haridas Thakur was staying, he wanted to spoil his name, because how come a Malacha or Yavana, he's getting so much of respect from the public, which I'm not getting. Yeah, he's a Malacha Yavana, he's chanting the holy name of the Lord, and everybody is respecting him. So he was envious, jealous. Somehow he has to defame him. How to defame him? So he deputed a prostitute. And by the mercy and by the power of the holy name of the Lord, by his purity, he could convert that prostitute within 3 days into a pure devotee of the Lord. And she started chanting 22 hours. Just imagine the purity. So that is the pure devotees, real power of holy name and the purity. So here Kulashekara Alvar is telling, no problem, let my dear ones and other relatives criticize me. I am not at all bothered. My superiors accept or reject me as they like. The common people spread evil gossip about me. My family's reputation be sullied. Whatever happens, I'm not going to stop. I'm just praying that I continue this in a prayerful mode, these devotional activities without any cessation. Whatever they may say, whatever people may think or say, I'm not at all bothered. Even my so-called reputation be sullied, no problem. But I just want to keep my mind focused on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. And I want Krishna's prema, Krishna prema. So it is honor enough to feel this flood of, so the flood of love of Godhead. Okay? In that, the relish or the nectar that he is enjoying when he chants, actually all the criticism, all the rejection that he is facing from his so-called friends and relatives, it is negligent. Okay, it is not worth at all. It's not worth even mentioning, because so much nectar is getting from the holy name, so much relish he is getting from the holy name. Machitta madgada prana bodhayanda parasparam kadayandasya mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So always is enjoying, is relishing when the devotees, when they discuss about the pastimes and different attributes and the mahima of his holy name and such other things. So that nectar, why does he want to trade for this mere material temporary pleasures? Isn't it? When I succeed in something material, I may be appreciated by some people, and some other people will criticize me. It's all temporary. So this happiness that I'm deriving, the material happiness, that is nothing in comparison to the nectar that I'm enjoying, the love of Godhead, the flood of love of Godhead that I'm enjoying. It is incomparable. That's what Kulasekara Alvar is telling. So which brings such sweet emotions of attraction of my Lord. So one has to rise to that platform to enjoy this nectar. Now why we are not enjoying this nectar? Because of a contamination of a heart. Okay, as we purify that, and how we can purify that? How we can purify? What is the method?
Chanting, Prabhuji.
Yes, chanting, coming to the platform of Shuddhanama. Now we are chanting. We may be on the platform of Nama Bharada or Nama Bhasa, but we have to come to the platform of Shuddhanama. Then all these material comforts and facilities and happiness will be just like a drop of water in a big ocean. If the big ocean is the nectar of love of Godhead, the drop of water is the material enjoyment. That will be the comparison. So King Kulasekara again expresses his lack of concern about suffering, ill repute due to his intense devotion to Lord Krishna. So he is not at all concerned about the criticism of of his own people, because he is totally dedicated. His 100% time is dedicated to serve the Supreme Lord Krishna, either by Shravanam Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, or any other devotional limbs. So if devotional service resulted in such criticism hundreds of years ago in India, then how much more calumny must devotees undergo in modern countries that have no heritage of worshipping at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna? So 100 years, 150 years, 200 years ago, there were criticism for the devotees. They were criticized for doing devotional service. So what to speak of now? Even such a place where there are no Vedic culture is prevalent. So therefore, King Kulashekara gives us a realistic warning, an assurance not to be afraid of criticism. So it's a warning for all of us that not to be afraid of such criticism. It is going to happen. We have to expect this. Just listen from here and leave it from here. Don't heed to such criticism. Don't react to such criticism. Then our time will simply be wasted criticizing, accepting this criticism, counter arguing, and all these things. Better just ignore such people. Let us do our business. That's what Kulashekara Alvar is warning us, because we know that in the family, if they are not Krishna conscious, one person is Krishna conscious, either wife is Krishna conscious or husband is Krishna conscious, or the daughter is Krishna conscious, the son is not Krishna conscious. So there'll be fight, there'll be differences of opinion, there'll be criticism. So we should be ready to face that, but then just ignore it and carry on with our business. That is the only thing. Instead of arguing, instead of counter arguing, instead of wasting our time, just let us, because this life is very short. You don't have time to to counter argue and establish that we are right. It's not our business. Okay, what we are doing is right, what you are telling is wrong. No. Let them think the way they want. Let us do our business to satisfy the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay? That is the main reason in Vrindavan, Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, other Goswamis, Jiva Goswami, when the Digvijaya Pandit and the scholars, philosophers came to debate for them, they just simply signed the letter. Yes, we got defeated. You are the master. Please go. We have no time to argue with you. We have no time to argue with you. You are the master. You are the scholar. You are the philosopher. You are Digvijaya Pandit. Please leave us. Let us do our bhakti. This was their mood. Okay. Similarly, in the footsteps, following in the footsteps, we also should not waste our time arguing with our own people. No, what we are doing is right. You are under Maya. No, not necessary. If they are not receptive, let us not waste our time. If somebody is ignorant, we can educate them. If somebody is sleeping, we can wake them up. If somebody is pretending to sleep, how much ever try, they will not wake up. Isn't it? If somebody is sleeping, we can easily wake them up. If somebody is pretending to sleep, we cannot wake them. Similarly, there are people who are ignorant, they don't know. To such people, we can tell them. But if they are purposely trying to make us fool or trying to reject us, trying to criticize us, don't waste our time. Let us do our business. That is what Prabhupada says. Don't deviate our attention to such critics. Don't waste our time. So when Lord Krishna enjoyed his pastimes in Vrindavana 5,000 years ago, the gopis, that his dearmost devotees, also risked their reputations to serve him. How? Even breaking the ethics, because they had husbands, they had fathers, mothers, children, all the gopis, so they even broke that normal ethics of staying with them. At the dead of night, they left when they heard the sweet sound of flute to meet Krishna. So they will definitely be criticized, because ladies going at the dead of night to meet Sri Krishna, a boy, but they don't know who Krishna is. No, others, gopis very well knew Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Others did not know that. So even they had to spoil the reputation in Vrindavana 5,000 years. So in the middle of the full moon night of the autumn season, he called the gopis by playing his transcendent flute, and they all rushed out to meet him. If nowadays, in the present time, if some ladies goes at this time, 12 o'clock, nobody can say anything. But that was not the case, 100 years before, or even 5,000 years before. Now people are having equal, what is that? Status. Men, women, all same. Equal status and equal right. They can, whatever the men does, ladies also should do. That is what they say, isn't it? But the female and male psychophysical nature is not the same. So they can never be the same. There may be some exceptions, but the nature of female and male are not the same. So we should never treat them on equal terms. Whatever said and done, even the present moment, ladies cannot go alone at night in some places. In New York and all, if you go after 6 o'clock, forget about ladies. Men also cannot go alone there. That is a situation there. So there is danger at every step. So ladies, children, old people, cows, brahmanas, they all should be protected as per Vedas. They should be protected by others. So we should accept that Vedas is enunciated by the Supreme Lord himself. And it's a fact. Children, they are not independent. They cannot manage themselves. Old people, they cannot manage themselves. Ladies, because of the psychophysical nature, they are not independent. They have to be protected. So whatever Vedas have said or given to us is the right information, right knowledge. But unfortunately, because of the present situation, the influence of the age, they fight for equality. Yes, equality should be there. Not equality. Actually, Vedas not give equality. They keep the ladies, the women class, on a higher level. Actually, just see the importance given to the ladies. Just say Sita Ram, Radha Krishna. Whose name is first? Whose name is first? First. And even in our Vedic culture, there are men and women. Who gives preference? Ladies first, children first, old people first. So there is no discrimination at all. These the so-called people, they unnecessarily make this a discrimination. Actually, it is protection for such categories of people. For their protection, these rules are given. But unfortunately, they take it the other way and they, simply criticize the Vedic system. But that's a right system for everybody's good. So even in Vrindavana, they were criticized. The gopis were criticized at that time when they went to meet Krishna. When they all heard the beautiful sound of flutes in the autumn season, dasa dance. So he called the gopis by playing the transcendental flute, and they all rushed out to meet him, disregarding the commands of their husbands, brothers, and other relatives, ignoring such duties as suckling their children, and cooking. They broke all the bonds of Vedic propriety and went to meet their lover Krishna, because they were totally out of mind when they heard this flute sound. Okay, beautiful vibration of the flute. They forgot their situation, who they are. So that is that is really mesmerized. The flute sound really mesmerized all the gopis at that time. So they forgot their real situation, that they are, wives or husbands, mothers. No, they have forgot all their situation, their duty, just because of the enchanting sound of the flute. So they ran to see Krishna. So the Lord very much appreciated this daring sacrifice by the gopis. As stated in Chaitanya Charitamrita, the gopis have forsaken everything, including their own relatives and their punishment and scolding for the sake of serving Lord Krishna. They render loving service to him for the sake of his enjoyment. So why did they leave? To satisfy him. Even the Brahmana Patnis, they went against the Brahmanas, the Yajna Brahmanas. they immediately gave the prasadam to Krishna, Balram and other Gopas, going against the instruction of Brahmanas. So they also took like that. Here it is mentioned, including their own relatives and their punishment and scolding for the sake of serving Lord Krishna. So what is the purpose behind it? To please the Supreme Lord. They risk all the relation, they risk their lives. Now, when they come back, they will not be even accepted by the family members. That was the situation at that time, isn't it? But by the blessings of Lord Krishna, they are all were taken back, accepted. But we know the story of Narakasura, Bhaumasura. Okay, when Narakasura abducted 16,100 queens of different kingdoms. Okay, and when Krishna saved them, nobody accepted them, isn't it? They were rejected by their kings or prince. But then who accepted? Lord Krishna accepted. Gave them social protection by marrying all of them. So that was the situation. But here, luckily, by the blessings of Krishna, although they went breaking all the ethical ties, they were accepted at their home. So a devotee knows that he is pleasing Lord Krishna when he pleases the representative of Krishna. And also when he feels spiritual satisfaction. Enatma suprasidati. So king is the representative of the Supreme Lord Krishna. King is the representative of. So whatever the king says, it is as good as the verdict of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So those days the kings were like that. They were God conscious, Krishna conscious. They will not deviate from the religious principles. Isn't it? So a devotee knows that he is pleasing Lord Krishna when he pleases the representative of Krishna. And also when he feels spiritual satisfaction. What is spiritual satisfaction? Enatma suprasidati, to satisfy our heart by serving Krishna. At that time, he doesn't care about any volume of worldly criticism. When a surrendered devotee faces slights and ostracism, these simply help crush any lingering desire he may have to enjoy the company of family and friends. See, in the earlier, the olden days, Brahmana, community, if some, from other community or other religious people just sprinkle some water on them, they are rejected by their people. That was the system, tradition going on. Brahmanas, just touching the other caste people, they are ostracized. They are removed from the community. Such orthodox mentality was there that time. It is said that Buddhimanta Khan, I think Buddhimanta Khan, yeah. Actually, the Muslim king, what he did, he took some water and sprinkled on it. So that nature of Brahmanicism, the Brahmanic culture was lost. So he asked the Brahmanas, the Panditas, what should I do? How can I get my Brahmanical culture back? Now I am totally contaminated by this Muslim king. I'm not a Brahmana anymore. So some of the Brahmanas told him, you do one thing, you boil the ghee very nicely and drink that boiling ghee. Just see the remedy to get back. That means commit suicide. In other words, how can he do that? Just because somebody sprinkled water on him, he lost his Brahmanical culture. So he consulted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say? Just chant Hare Krishna Mantra. That's it. Then he was sent to where? Vrindavan. And this Buddhimati Khan was the person who assisted Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami and all when they later went to Vrindavana. They arranged everything for them also. So that was the time, the earlier days. Now, totally it's a different situation now. So even such situation, they just ignored everything. They went running to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So they rendered loving service to him for the sake of his enjoyment. So their only purpose was to please Sri Krishna. That was the only purpose. So a devotee knows that he is pleasing Lord Krishna when he pleases the representative of Krishna. We read that, okay. In this way, Krishna severs the worldly ties of his devotees and brings him entirely under his control and within his shelter. So he gives shelter to all such people who breaks connection with the material people. So nothing to worry, even if no material facilities are there, our material relatives are ignoring or criticizing or rejecting, Krishna will take care of us. Krishna will protect us. The guarantee is there. King Kulashekara tells us why he can endure criticism without much pain. He is feeling an abundance of love of Godhead. Abundance of love of God. Because here, some of his people are criticizing him, rejecting him, but the amount of love of God that is getting from the holy name, that is incomparable. That's why he's neglecting, whatever his people are telling. Accompanied by varieties of ecstatic emotions. Ashta Satvika Vikar. He is enjoying, is experiencing the ecstatic emotions in his body. The Ashta Satvika Vikar. And he considers this to be so wonderful and honorable that he can easily tolerate the petty insults of nowadays. These are all very, very petty, negligent. The insult that his people, his relatives and friends giving him is very, very petty compared to the amount of love that he is getting by chanting the holy name of the Lord, by remembering him, by worshipping him, by praising him, by listening to his leelas. This kind of indifference is the effect of advancement in chanting the holy names, as explained in the following verse from Srimad Bhagavatam 11.2.40, which Lord Chaitanya says embodies the essence of the Bhagavatam's teachings. So this is from the Bhagavatam. Evam vradasva priyam nama kirtya jatanurago drita chitta uchchai hasadi athorodati rauti gayati unmadavan nrityadi lokabahya. By chanting the holy name of the Supreme Lord, one comes to the stage of love of Godhead. Then the devotee is fixed in his vow as an eternal servant of the Lord, and he gradually becomes very much attached to a particular name and form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As his heart melts with ecstatic love, he laughs very loudly or cries or shouts. Sometimes he sings and dances like a madman, for he is indifferent to public opinion. So a real devotee, a pure devotee, they are not at all concerned about the situation, circumstances they are in, because they're totally absorbed in glorifying or in enjoying the pastimes of Supreme Lord, chanting the holy name of the Lord, and such other devotional service. So they are just like madmen. Madmen, they are least bothered about what is happening around him, isn't it? It's a pure devotee, a totally absorbed devotee in Krishna consciousness is not aware of the situation or circumstances they are in, because they're relishing each and every syllable of the name of holy name of Krishna when they are chanting. So they are unaware of the external situation, circumstances. So by chanting the holy name of Supreme Lord, one comes to the stage of love of Godhead, Krishna Prema. Then the devotee is fixed in his vow as an eternal servant of the Lord. Jivere Surupohe Krishna Nityadas. Okay, he'll come to that position. And he gradually becomes very much attached to a particular name. Okay, and the form of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So according to his taste, they may have a particular form of the Supreme Lord in their mind. So they are attached to that form of particular Supreme Godhead. As his heart melts with ecstatic love. So when you are overwhelmed with ecstatic love, he laughs, he laughs, shouts, cries, everything, all the symptoms of ecstatic love will appear on his body. Ashtasatvika. Sometimes he sings and dances like a madman. Okay? Such a devotee is non-different from mad people. Mad people doesn't know what they're telling, what they're doing. Similarly, a pure devotee is also like that, in that condition. For he is indifferent to public opinion. They are not at all bothered about the opinion of the public, nor his relatives and friends. He is in his own world of devotional activities, and he is getting so much of nectar, so much of relish they are enjoying in the love of God, in the love of Krishna. Hare Krishna. So this is Skulashekar Alva's opinion that he is not at all bothered about the criticism or the dejection by his own people. He just want to please the Supreme Lord at any cost by doing devotional activities, Ravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, such activities. And in that flood of love of Godhead, he is enjoying each and every moment. Hare Krishna. So, Vancha Kalpada Rubhecha, Kripa Sindhu Vevacha, Patidanam Pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo Namo. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय, ताई गो प्रेमानंद. So we have finished 42 today. Next 43 next week. Hare Krishna.